Hey coaches, this is your next installment of my Power Hour tutorial videos, and in this episode we're going to show you how to use the On This Day feature of Facebook to quickly connect with new people each day. All right, so first thing you want to do is log in to your Facebook and click on the home screen. Okay, somewhere over here on the left-hand column you're going to find this button for On This Day. Click on that. If you're not familiar, On This Day is very similar to Time Hop. It shows you your posts from the same day in years past, and it also shows you people that you became friends with in years past. Okay, so what I do is I come here, and the first thing I do is scroll down and look for people that I became friends with in the years before, a year ago, 2 years, 3 years, etc. All right, if you keep scrolling down, you'll see I became friends with 3 people 2 years ago. And if you keep going, you'll see I became friends with a couple people 3 years ago. I think that's it for today, but you can always go down and look, all right? So what I do in this case is I come back up here. I'm just going to show you on one example for time's sake, but let me show you on somebody I don't know very well. Let's see here, Mitch. What I would do this for every single person that falls into this category of I became friends with them sometime in the past. I would hover over their name and then hold down the command key and click on their name so that it opens their profile in a separate tab. Okay, the next thing I would do, I would go to their profile and I would just scroll their page for a minute to see what's going on in their life, right? So Mitch is somebody that I used to work with. The reason you want to just quickly scroll their page is to give you ideas of things that you might talk to them about. So like as an example, his kids just went back to school. More kids stuff, back to school stuff. Looks like a new grandbaby or something like that. Oh wait, here we go. 13 years ago I became a father. Right, so you just kind of get an idea. I usually do this just as a cautionary thing so that I don't miss, let's say, the fact that they had a death in the family and then I send them some sort of super peppy message that doesn't hit the mark. Okay, so I scroll their page. Next thing I do is I click on message. And any sort of message history that you've had with this person will load, assuming that your computer is not going super slow. So while that's loading, I will show you what I do next. I click on my scripts folder. And if you are on my team, you have access to this folder. It's on our Google Drive. It's under my team core conviction and then scripts. So what you want to do is scroll all the way to the bottom. And you're going to select the script for prospects to connect with them using an initial message. Okay, open that up. This is a collection of short scripts that I have used to simply send a friendly message to people in different scenarios. All right, so in this case, I'm going to use this very first one. This is specifically for when I have been reminded by Facebook that I've been friends with somebody for a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. Okay, so I just copy this script. And again, I'm just trying to be friendly here. I'm not trying to pitch them on anything Beachbody. I go back to Mitch's page, I paste this into the chat, and then I personalize it. Hey Mitch, Facebook just reminded me we have been friends for how long? 2 years. Friends on here for 2 years. So I thought it was about time I stopped by to say hi and see how are you doing. Have a great day. Then I have a PS section down here where I like to personalize it with something more personal. Your kids are getting so grown up. I can't believe they are already headed back to school. Okay, so just something short and sweet. what I like to do before I hit send is I like to select all and copy this text, and then I'll go ahead and hit send. All right, so it's possible I never sent Mitch anything before this. So that's all, I'm done. I've basically sent a friendly message to Mitch. I'm gonna close out of here, and I'm actually gonna close his profile. And for me, like you saw in a previous tutorial, I track all my activity for my business in Teamsy. This is how I keep track of my Power of 3, my business activity tracker. So what I would do before I move on is I would come to the search and I would type in Mitch's name. I would open his record, click on connect, paste this in here. It was a Facebook message, and I would log that connect, right? That, for me, updates this dashboard and says, hey, Becky, you've connected with a potential prospect and you're one person closer to reaching your goal for the day. That's all there is to it, guys. So literally for on this day, I do that exact process. Open the profile, copy the script, paste it in, personalize it, update Teamsy. I do that for everybody that pops up on this day thing every day. The next thing I do in here, because you can actually do some more, is I go back to my previous posts, and for anything I posted, like I posted this thing last year, I actually go into the likes for each of my posts, and I just do a quick scan to see who maybe I haven't talked to in a while. So like I haven't talked to Vince in a while, I might send him a message. I haven't talked to Carol in a while. There's a lot of these people I haven't talked to in a while. So literally I'll go down this list and I might send just a friendly message to everybody, right? Your goal is just to stay in contact with people. You're not trying to pitch them on Beachbody. You're not trying to do anything. You're just being friendly and being a friend. The reason I like to do this is because I know that at least a year ago, all those people were seeing my post. And if for whatever reason they've stopped engaging on my more recent post, by interacting with them, either on their page or in a message, will make my post more visible to them again. Okay, so I literally go through the likes on my old posts, the comments, and I will use my scripts. This one, haven't spoken in a while. I usually just copy this very simple script, like a one-liner, just saying, hey, you were on my mind, just dropping in to say hi and see how are you, right? I would copy and paste that to, I could probably get 20 people done that way, just by using my old post. Okay, so that is how I connect with people using On This Day. One last thing I'll mention before I go is like this, for example. This was 3 years ago, we went on a cruise. You should definitely look through your old photos for content that you can reuse. Just as an example, this picture was a picture that I used of Kevin for one of his before pictures. This was before we began anything from Beachbody. So you can see he was a little fluffy, but I like to always go back through my old pictures and see if there's any content that I can reuse so I don't have to come up with it all brand new. So, maybe a cool location picture or a cool food picture if you wanted to do a recipe, whatever it is. You can definitely mine your own past content. This would be a great post that I could potentially repost. This was about coaching. So reuse the stuff that you guys have created in the past and save yourself some time. Okay, that's all I got. Hope this was helpful. If you have questions, comment them below. And if you decide to use this technique, let me know how it worked for you and if it was successful. Thanks.